$2,000 per month is a familiar number for many retirees. It often represents the dividing line between manageable stability and constant financial pressure once full-time employment income ends. It is not a luxury retirement budget, but it is also not an extreme low-income scenario. It sits in a range where structure and realistic expectations matter most. In higher-cost countries, a budget like this can feel restrictive very quickly, especially when housing and healthcare absorb most monthly income. For this reason, many people approaching retirement begin to look beyond their home country and compare international cost structures more carefully. Europe often becomes part of this conversation because it includes both high-cost and lower-cost countries within relatively short distances. However, affordability across Europe is not evenly distributed. Differences between countries can be significant, even when lifestyle expectations remain similar. In this video, we examine whether a fixed retirement budget of $2,000 per month can realistically support retirement in Europe. The focus is clarity rather than persuasion, using consistent numbers instead of lifestyle promises or idealized scenarios. Each country in this comparison is evaluated using the same cost categories to ensure results remain fair and directly comparable. These categories include housing, food, healthcare, other fixed living costs, and finally the remaining monthly balance. The retirement budget remains fixed at $2,000 per month, with no additional income sources assumed. Taxes, savings, withdrawals, and one-time expenses are excluded to keep the comparison conservative and focused on monthly affordability. This structure highlights how far a predictable fixed income can realistically stretch in different European countries. With this framework in place, we can now examine individual countries, starting with one of the most frequently discussed destinations. Portugal is often described as a retirement favorite due to its climate, safety, and historically moderate living costs. In recent years, increased international demand has pushed housing and everyday expenses higher in many parts of the country. Outside high-demand coastal areas, realistic monthly rent for a modest apartment averages around $900. Food expenses for a single retiree typically reach about $350 per month when shopping at local markets. Private healthcare insurance is commonly estimated at approximately $150 per month, depending on age and coverage. Utilities, transportation, internet, and other basic services usually add another $250 to monthly costs. After covering these expenses, the remaining monthly balance in Portugal is roughly $350. Portugal can work financially, but the margin for error depends heavily on location and housing choices. Spain is another popular retirement destination, offering strong infrastructure, cultural variety, and an established healthcare system. At the same time, Spain's popularity has increased housing costs in many coastal and urban retirement areas. Average rent for a modest apartment outside premium locations often approaches $950 per month. Food costs typically average around $375, reflecting slightly higher grocery prices. Private healthcare insurance commonly costs about $160 per month for retirees. Utilities, transportation, and other fixed expenses usually add approximately $275. This leaves an estimated $240 per month, offering limited financial flexibility. Spain can work, but only with careful cost control and realistic lifestyle expectations. Bulgaria is discussed less often, yet its cost structure stands out immediately when examined numerically. Housing costs are significantly lower than in Western Europe, particularly outside major cities and tourist zones. Average rent for a modest apartment is estimated around $600 per month. Food expenses typically average about $300, reflecting lower local price levels. Private healthcare insurance is commonly available for approximately $120 per month. Other fixed living costs add roughly $230 to monthly expenses. This leaves approximately $750 remaining, offering meaningful financial flexibility. From a numerical perspective, Bulgaria provides one of the strongest margins at this budget level. Hungary shows a similar pattern, combining moderate housing costs with reliable infrastructure and public services. Average rent for a modest apartment is estimated around $650 per month. Food expenses typically reach approximately $320 for a single retiree. Healthcare insurance costs are estimated at around $130 per month. Other fixed expenses add approximately $260 to monthly costs. This leaves roughly $640 per month, providing a moderate but stable financial buffer. Hungary represents a balanced numerical option without extreme cost pressures. For contrast, Germany serves as a higher cost reference point within Europe. In many German cities, rent alone often exceeds $1,100 for modest housing. When food and daily expenses are added, financial flexibility at this budget level disappears quickly. At a $2,000 monthly retirement budget, Germany does not comfortably work for most retirees. Germany helps define the upper cost boundary in this European comparison. Across all 5 countries, clear affordability patterns emerge when comparing monthly cost structures. Housing costs remain the single largest factor affecting retirement affordability at this income level. Healthcare costs form the second most influential variable for retirees living on fixed incomes. Countries with lower housing costs provide more room for unexpected expenses and long-term stability. This additional margin reduces financial stress and increases everyday financial flexibility. Affordability is determined more by cost structure than by geography or lifestyle assumptions alone. Understanding these structures helps retirees align expectations with financial reality. This clarity reduces uncertainty, one of the primary sources of retirement-related stress. Future videos will examine individual countries in greater detail using the same consistent framework. This is Retirement Cost Check, where retirement affordability is explained through real numbers.